Hello, Sang. Here is your sewer scope from today's inspection. That's me in the basement doing my thing. There is the clean out cap. It's nice that they cut in this PVC clean out cap. When they added the bathroom in the basement, the original clean out cap is facing that wall that's right there on the left. So it wasn't accessible. So they added that in, which is a nice touch. A lot of times when they do remodels or add a bathroom or whatever, they cover up the clean out and you can't get at it. So definitely a positive there. So this is cast iron. It's got what I would call typical, maybe a little bit further along corrosion. Cast iron, metal pipe, obviously, it's going to corrode on the inside. It's going to get rough, bumpy like it is right now, and it'll start catching material, paper products, whatever. You'll also start to get some buildup on the bottom of the pipe. In advanced stages of corrosion, you'll start to see flaking, or chips of iron will start to come off or delaminate from the pipe. We're not at that point yet. I am going to recommend in the written report that at some point in the near future you have the line cleaned, just to descale it, to get rid of some of this mess, clean it up a little bit. It's just good housekeeping. We're doing pretty well, but you'll see up ahead what I was talking about catching stuff. We'll start to hold water here in a little bit. Anytime you start to get a buildup of water on a pipe where you're not really running any water, you start to kind of wonder why. What's the cause? You notice that the water is on the top of your screen, dirty water there. That's actually obviously the bottom of the pipe. Why are we holding water at the bottom of the pipe? That's the reason why. We're holding paper in there, so it's just creating kind of a dam type of a situation. It'll get cleared out. I mean, generally when you push a large volume of water through, like if you're doing like a load of laundry or something like that, and that discharges, or you're running multiple fixtures at the same time, that'll generally clear that out. But again, back to what we said earlier, we probably want to have the pipe clean. This is a sewer pipe, right? So the water in there is dirty. Unfortunately, my camera lens is mucked up at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn some water on and see if I can't clean it off. Ultimately, what ends up happening is any water that you put down the pipe just because it's dirty, it becomes dirty as well. So it's hard to clean with dirty water. But eventually we get it, and especially on the way back, you'll have a much better view. Bear with me for just a second. A little bit better there. So at some point we're gonna transition right about there. We transition to clay. So right at about 82 feet, the line changes from cast iron to clay. I thought it was cast iron all the way out, but I didn't have a really good visibility when I was looking on my camera. So like I said earlier, I get a better view when I can download the data onto my desktop and I can see it on a bigger screen. I'm going to stop again here in a second, turn on a lot of water to try to get this cleared off. Bear with me again. maybe at some point they'll come up with a sewer camera that's got a little pair of windshield wipers on it that's going to clear off the lens. But till that point, this is my only option. A little bit better there. So we're in clay, a little bit of buildup on there. No root growth. The only roots that I see are right when we get to the city connection, which is normal, or to be expected, maybe not normal, but those roots didn't look terribly bad at all. One big positive is obviously the water is flowing. We're not creating any kind of a backup. You know, there are situations where I'm completely underwater, can't see anything as I'm pushing through the pipe. So this is definitely a positive. And here's the drop into the city connection. And right there. I don't want to drop into that for a number of reasons, but that's your city connection. So 121 feet, plus or minus. All in all, not bad. So I will, at this point, I'm going to pause, turn the water off, let some of it drain through the line so we get a better view on the return trip. I keep the camera rolling. Much better visibility going back. I looked through the footage a couple of times before doing this voiceover, and everything looks good on the return trip. Feel free to watch the trip back. Again, all in all, everything looks good. In the written report, I'm going to recommend, again, at some point in the next 12 to 18 months, you might want to have the line cleaned, just for good housekeeping. And then beyond that, potentially come back in another 3 to 5 years and revisit and see what the pipe looks like at that point. As always, please don't hesitate to reach out to me with any questions.